All right, happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to First Alert Weather Extra. I'm Channel 3 meteorologist Tyler Hughes. We get together every morning at 8 a.m., go in-depth about the weather right here on WFSB Plus. Remember, you can stream us on the WFSB app. You can also download the WFSB Plus app for all of your smart TV devices, so your Roku, your Fire TV stick, you name it, you're able to watch us on there. And we thank you so much for joining us early on this Friday morning. There's lots to talk about, so let's jump right into it. Beginning with the day that was yesterday. Yesterday, we were a bit below average in the temperature department, at least as far as high temperatures were concerned. In Hartford, we just barely got up to 49 degrees, so didn't make the 50-degree mark. The normal high in the Hartford area, around 53. Yesterday's low, though, is actually 2 degrees above average for what we should expect, 36. Now, these were this morning's lows, also 36. Maybe it was pulling from this morning's low, but regardless. 36 with a low this morning in Hartford. We did dip down into the 20s in some spots. Meriden, Danbury, Salisbury showing us 31, but I have it on good faith that some of you up in the Litchfield Hills dipped down into the 20s this morning. In fact, we got a report from one of our weather watchers that there was a light dusting of snow up in some of the higher elevations of the Litchfield Hills this morning that he woke up to. So very interesting things going on, but it is a bit of a chilly start, so you'll need that jacket as you head out the door. Let's do a bit of a tour of our iCams this morning because it is a gorgeous start. Lots of sunshine around. This is our iCam in downtown Hartford. Not a cloud in the sky, pretty much. Maybe only a few that I can pick out on the horizon there. 39 degrees in our capital city. This is the look from Bradley. Sometimes we can see an airplane lining up to take off, but it looks like nobody, or maybe a small plane is in line right now, like a private jet or a Cessna sort of thing. 38 degrees regardless at Bradley. And also something interesting too is the trees that line the bottom of our camera there. Oh, that looks like a car actually that's going out to like inspect the runway. I digress. The trees that are along the bottom of the camera have really been shedding their leaves there pretty rapidly over the last couple of weeks. Now mostly bare, just a few trees left there. 'Tis the season, right? And this is our iCam in Torrington. Have not seen our friend the red-tail, or the, not a red-tailed hawk, but a peregrine falcon. That's what it is, peregrine falcon. Haven't seen our friend yet this morning on this iCam, but regardless, still gorgeous and sunny there. And then this is my personal favorite of this morning, Old Saybrook. Wow, wow, wow. What a gorgeous morning to be waking up in Old Saybrook there with the sunshine reflecting off the water. So, again, it is a bit of a chilly start this morning, and today will be breezy and cool, but dry all day. None of the scattered shower chances that we had going on yesterday. The weekend has some rain in store, but it's well-timed, and so if you have any plans, I wouldn't cancel them. A bit more on that later. We also briefly return mild before next week. The temperatures drop off once again. It'll be windy, and it will be cool with high temperatures in the 40s. So out the door this morning, you'll need the sunglasses, that is for sure. Temperatures in the 40s over the next few hours. Sun glare has been a big issue, so make sure you pack those sunglasses, but also the jackets and sweatshirts as well, because we don't get a whole lot warmer than this later on this afternoon. Look at the high temperatures. We get up to 48 in Hartford, 50 New Haven, 51 Bridgeport. That's the warmest spot on our map. Only into the lower 40s, up toward the Litchfield Hills, and even in some parts of the northeastern corner of our state as well. So it will be a chilly day. Temperatures below average pretty much across the board. We will fill in a few more clouds later on this afternoon. Not too bad, but it will become partly cloudy, and it will be a bit breezy at times. Let me show you what I mean. That nuisance breeze that we've had the last few days, you know, you kind of feel it when you step outside. Maybe it ruffles your feathers a little bit. That'll be the same thing this afternoon. So 15 to 20 mile per hour wind gusts inland, and along the shoreline, it won't be coming from the shoreline. It will be coming from the northwest. But once you get close to the shoreline, the wind gusts pick up a little bit, 20 to 25 miles per hour or so. So just keep that in mind as you plan through your afternoon. The Friday night football forecast is looking nice. Our game of the week for Great Day Game Day, which is coming up here in about an hour, you can also stream that here on WFSB Plus, is Tolland at Bloomfield. And so in Bloomfield this evening, temperatures will be in the 40s for the most part, at or around the 40-degree mark during the game, with lots of cloud cover around. Now, the next big thing we're talking about in the forecast is this weekend rain, right? Everyone wants to know, is it going to affect my plans? 9 times out of 10, no. Unless you have plans maybe to go out for a late dinner on Saturday night, or maybe you're going out to a bar or something Saturday night. That is when it will affect your plans. Other than that, you should be good to go. A brief shot of some mild air Sunday morning, but then Sunday afternoon, the temperatures will actually be dropping off even more through the afternoon. So here are the rain chances. Again, tomorrow, dry all the way through about 6, 7 o'clock or so. That's when the rain chances go up, and the showers stick with us overnight, but then eventually move out. Here's what's going on. That big blue H, high pressure, has been keeping us dry for the most part, besides the lake effect, over the last couple of days. This low moves in very early or very late Saturday night with the fronts. Sunday morning, this front moves through and clears us back out. So by Sunday night, we're clear out, and then high pressure moves back in for the middle part of next week. What does that mean? It means the wind will begin to relax later on next week, and we'll see increasing sunshine through the week as well. So that was a bit of a wider view. Now let's zoom in a little and step through it hour by hour on First Alert Futurecast. 6 o'clock Saturday. That's when we think the shower chances start to go up, especially if you're in Fairfield County, parts of the western part of our state. Then by 8, 9, 10 o'clock or so, showers overspread the entire state. Could see a few embedded downpours in here as well, so keep that in mind. Then by 4 a.m., look at this. Futurecast has the showers out of here, and we are drying out for Sunday. Sunday morning may be the chance of an isolated shower, but that risk is really very low. So Saturday is the cooler of the 2 days this weekend. High temperatures only in the 40s. The wind will be a bit calmer, but clouds will be increasing through the afternoon and into the evening as that rain arrives in the evening. And then Sunday, a mix of clouds and sunshine. The breeze will return on Sunday, and then it'll really pick up Monday as well. And it will be briefly milder in the morning. Temperatures in the 50s. Then through the afternoon, you'll actually see the temperatures drop off back into the 40s again. Hard to believe it's the last UConn home game of the year. Tomorrow at the Rent. Kickoff is at noon. If you're doing any early tailgating, I love college football tailgating. I know the people that do breakfast tailgates, man, they love to cook up the bacon and sausage and pancakes and all that. And if that's your thing, power to you. But you're going to need to keep warm. Temperatures will be in the low 30s around 8 a.m. Eventually, as you get closer to kickoff, we climb into the 40s, and then those clouds increase ahead of those shower chances. Speaking of the shower chances, how much do we actually get? Could be a decent rain for some folks, upwards of a half an inch. Futurecast is picking up on a widespread 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch of rainfall. But again, most of that falls overnight, Saturday into Sunday. One thing I want to talk about as well, while we have a few extra minutes here, I didn't mention this on the newscast this morning because there's not much going on, but hurricane season still runs through the beginning of December. So we have pretty much half a month left of hurricane season, and the tropics are quiet right now. We're well past the climatological peak at this point, but the tropics are quiet, so there's nothing to worry about in the tropics. It's always a good thing to stay on edge this time of year because you never know, but the tropics are nice and quiet, which is what we like to see. One other thing we like to do when we have the extra time here on First Alert Weather Extra is take you out past the 7-day forecast. The 7-day forecast is when things are the most predictable in the weather world, right? But once you get past there, we like to frame things as in terms of above or below average chances. And so in the week 2 period, 8 to 14 days, this would be Thanksgiving week that we're looking at here. It's looking above average in the temperature department. A pretty strong signal there from the Climate Prediction Center for above average temperatures. In terms of precipitation, we're looking around average, if not slightly wetter than average for Thanksgiving week. So warmer than average, pretty strong signal. Precip, pretty weak signal, but maybe slightly above average. All right, here's that 7-day forecast. Notice the only rain we have in the 7-day forecast is the rain that falls overnight tomorrow into very early on Sunday morning. Sunday, the breeze returns. It'll become windy Monday, temperatures in the 40s, but keep in mind the wind chill will be a factor. And we remain in the 40s all the way through the end of the week, but that high pressure means the breeze will die down and the clouds will be increasing. All right, and that is your Friday morning edition of First Alert Weather Extra. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. we really love getting to sit down and talk about weather for a few extra minutes with you. We'll be back with another edition of First Alert Weather Extra at 9:30 p.m. tonight, so be sure to tune in for that. Mike Slifer will have your latest updates. And remember, we are streaming all day long on WFSB Plus. You can always catch the latest updates and the fun coming up with Great Day Game Day at 9 a.m. For now, from the First Alert Weather Office, meteorologist Tyler Hughes, I hope you have a great day and a great weekend.